I'm Dan Galusha and welcome to another edition of Shootin' Plink. We're going to be talking about knife and axe throwing. As you can see, I threw all of them there. And what we're going to be talking about is not how to throw them or what we're throwing or reviewing anything. We're going to be talking about safety. And mainly, this is targeted towards you folks that are just starting into this. I want to talk to you a little bit about it. Now, all of those stuck. That's fine, but we all, I don't care who we are, we've all had the ones that ricochet. And some of them will come right back at you, as I'll show you here in this little bit of video. Now, that was actually, and I'll get it, that was one of these knives right here. You have that thing come back at you, or anybody around you, and that's what I want to talk to you about too. People that are standing around you, don't have them standing right beside it or anywhere else like that, because this thing comes off there, it can go anywhere, and as you can see, I'll show you right here, this is from an axe, where I was throwing axes and knives both. The axe hit right into here, and it took part of this handle right here, just a little bit of it, not much, so it didn't hit it all that bad. But blades, there's another thing. Kunes, everybody thinks they need a kune just because they've been in the movies. I tell you, these things are dangerous. I had one, just like that video you've seen there, I had one come back at me like that. I didn't get out of the way in time, and I got it right in the leg. You talk about a bee sting? Bee sting is nothing to one of them stings. Okay, now with these, the kunes, I was just telling you about the kunes. These have got a sharp edge too. So anything that has a sharp edge, if you go to throw it like for a half spin, like this, you have to be very, very careful of that. Or, in my case, I go back to 16 feet. Normally, I throw it like this and I have it down to here. This you have to be careful of. Now another thing that you have to watch, and we're still talking about knives right now. I'm going to be talking about axes in just a second, because you have a similar thing there. I'll grab this one here. These are my Shootin' Plink knives, as you can see. They shoot Plink on. They're by LaFouque's. Some of the best stainless steel knives you're going to come across. And point, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's bent a little bit. Well, one of the things that happens, and this particular one is not, I don't know if I got one here that has or not. I may have already got it off. No, not really. I had one right here. Right here is a little bit. I can show you there. Right over here. I threw a tight grouping. And what happened is this knife, or one of the knives, hit the other one. In the process, it made a burr. Now that burr, I was throwing them like this. And this does not have a sharp blade. But that burr caught me. And show you what happened here in a photo. That was, my thumb got caught on it. So, anyway, that's what can happen there. So what you want to do is make sure, if you got any burrs like that, get them off there. You know, use a file. What I do is I carry a Leatherman tool with me, and it has on one of these spots, there we go, it's got a file like that. So all I got to do is to take that and brush that off, and we're good to go. Take the time to do it, otherwise you're going to get hurt. Now, axes. And I'll grab this one. In fact, I'll grab both of them. This is the eagle that I designed for anthurium. Naturally, you can tell it's got a very sharp edge. There's a problem. You can, or it can be a problem if you don't look out. It's got a point on it. Again, it bounces back, it ricochets. These don't ricochet quite the same though. Knives will come back really at you, just like an arrow. This one, Actually, there's not a whole lot here. I haven't hurt myself on this one yet, but I have on this one. And put this down, and I'll show you how. See these points? Those points are razor sharp. And how did I do it? Just not paying any attention. I did it twice. Once, it was into a tight grouping. Okay, I've got my hand up here, and I'm got a hold of another one, and I'm pulling it like this, and when I did, this came out, and it caught my hand. Now, the other time, what happened is it was just one of those things, you lose your concentration, and I went to throw, and I had this hand here, and I went like this. Or somehow I had it like this. I went back to throw, and when I did, this point went right into the hand. My non-throwing hand. But that's what can happen. So what you want to do, and this one has a burr. I was just talking to you about burrs. Look at that burr hanging up on my finger. You can probably tell it. You might even hear it. Okay. Now I'll knock that burr off without a doubt before I do anything else with it, because I sure don't, I'm looking that I don't step on any of this stuff down here. I've got knives all over. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Knife and axe throwing safety. And again, be very alert. Don't be messing around. When you throw that thing, you look at it like it could come right back at you. Don't think she's going to stick in perfectly, because it can. It can also, I have had them, looking at this, I've had them hit, go clear over the top and over the back area. I've had them take off, like I showed you the one, and come right back. I have had them go off to the sides. Again, keep everybody that's around you back, and preferably behind you. And where they're watching, and if they see that thing coming, they get out of the way, and far enough back, really. Don't have them right up on top of you. If you're showing somebody and teach them up close how to do it, and give them the axe, and you get back. Don't stand there like if you're going to shoot and you're going to hold on to them and shoot like this or something. It's not the same thing. Plus, they got to come back like this. They don't know if they're behind you. There's another tip for you. When you go back, make sure you don't have anybody right behind you. Because an axe like this, you come back like this to throw, whack. You got your buddy. So, yes, axes and knives and stars, because people throw stars too and spikes, anything like that. They can have just as much of a mess as anything else. So there's a bit of safety. Otherwise, they're fun. I mean, they're fun. People say that axe throwing is more relaxing than knife throwing. I don't know. I just throw. I don't pay no attention. But again, there's some tips for you to watch for, especially you beginners, because you guys that have done this for a while, you know what it can do. So until next time, shoot safe, and in this case, throw safe, and have a great day of plinking.